Hey everybody, GReimer here coming at you once again from the ZAWA server. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. I'm having a pretty good one, but let's get right to this, okay? I got a lot of stuff that I want to do in this episode. Namely, let's start off by first admiring the fact that the koalas are still in their pen, alright? Round of applause, everybody. Alright, so there's that. That's kind of a good thing. But then over here also, I did a little research and I looked at you guys' comments and stuff like that. You guys told me that red pandas do not climb trees and stuff. They actually just chill. Also, they're more of a raccoon than the panda, but that's beside the point here. The more important thing is that they do not climb out of here. I also went ahead and tested this in a single player like creative world. That is correct. They do not climb these. They just walk up and put their cute little paws on it. It's pretty adorable. Which means that we have right here, we have Poe and Origin, names that you guys picked out a couple episodes ago. They can now be entered into this arena. So let's go ahead and slap down Poe. Isn't he cute? Is it a he? I don't even remember. That's how great my memory is. I don't even remember what happened. Let's see. Poe is actually a chick. Isn't she cute? Let's go over here and slap down Origin, who I think that was a male. No, it's a female too. Are they both cute? All right, so we got the red pandas put in here. Thanks again for submitting those names, you guys. That's awesome of you guys. Now, get your thinking caps on because I'm going to need some more names for this one as well. And that's what I want to talk to you about right now. All right, so I was thinking about what to put in this area. Somebody recommended a skunk, which would be pretty stinky. Somebody recommended like doing rats or something like that too, or the possum exhibit, floating koala. All of those are really good suggestions, and I have all of those actually, and I was thinking about doing it. But considering that over here we have like, this is all Australian stuff, and that's Australian stuff. These guys, Tasmanian devils, I love them. I got the platypus there, platypi and stuff, and these are kind of straying a little bit farther from Australia, but so this is kind of a little bit whatever. I thought I'd tie it a little bit in with that because if you remember a couple episodes ago, I caught a couple of cassowaries. All right, now cassowaries, I guess after a quick Google search, I found are considered the most dangerous bird. They also don't fly, which means they don't escape. So I was thinking, considering that this is backed by the aviaries, why don't I put a cassowary exhibit in here? It's going to be another round exhibit similar to the platypi exhibit, but it'll fit right in here nicely, I'm thinking. And then this could lead into the birds themselves back here, which would be pretty cool. Now, I think this is where I marked out the start of it before. I think I'm going to just take this back and move this back just a little bit to like right about here. And then same thing over here, because this path, this little dip right here, I'm going to have to fill in. I don't think it's going to work out so well. I'm going to move this thing back too. Let's actually try lining this up to where I actually want it. I did have it in line with the platypus exhibit, but that's not actually what I want to do. It's going to be slightly off to the side, and I want enough room to have a nice big open path, maybe some bushes or something here. Let's do right here. All right, so that's where this cassowary exhibit's going to go. Now, again, according to Google and according to the wiki, it looks like their habitat is primarily like a humid rainforest, kind of roughly right about where I found them. If you remember, I found them somewhere out here. I don't actually remember where it was. Yeah, it was over here. Okay, this is like a rainforest area. So that's where I found them. So I'm thinking I'm gonna just kind of keep with that theme a little bit because it says that they can stray into like grasslands and stuff too. So they're not really strictly confined to one area, one environment. But they definitely aren't in like snow. So I'm going to doodad up this place with a little bit of jungle themed stuff. I might have to go get more leaves. I don't think I have a lot of jungle leaves. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go grab more leaves. But yeah, this is gonna be where the cassowary exhibit's gonna go. So I got to do a little bit of terraforming. And I'm gonna go grab some more leaves. I'm also getting some gnarly leg spikes too. Crazy. I gotta go grab some more leaves, and then I'm gonna get to work on doing a little bit of terraforming. So give me a second to go grab those resources, and I'll be right back. Jungle leaves acquired. Here we go, people. Okay, so this little divot right here, this little dip right here, I gotta fix this because this has got to be a nice flat path for this whole area. I'm not looking at any real big elevation changes here. I want people to be able to walk around it. Now there is this elevation change right here, where it steps up and you can look at the koalas, which are still in their pen. And you can see them in there, but I mean, this is probably the only elevation change I'm going to do. I kind of want the cassowary exhibit to go up to this elevation change here, and then I'll dip down here, and then it'll go along the side here. So there will be a little bit, like it won't be like all these other pens right here have been the same ground, like even ground, like right here, flat ground, same elevation. This one's going to have one side of it, the western side of it, is going to be up a little bit higher. And that should be fine. I mean, that should be fine. There's no big deal there. But first I got to get to work on a lot of terraforming. I got to fill in all of this, for example, and get this all sorted out. And then I got to figure out where the path's going to go. But more importantly, before I do the paths, I got to figure out how big the pen's going to be itself. Now, it'll probably be bigger than this one, but not much bigger than what I already have marked out here. But first, I got to do some terraforming. Whew, so here we go. I'm thinking that probably will be good enough to keep the cassowaries in here. Should be deep enough, actually. I don't think they can jump. I think they just basically wander around. So the ground level would actually be right here. And then that'll give them a 3-block area that they'd have to try to jump out of here. And I don't think they can. Not to mention I'm going to put the steel bars on top too, so there's really no chance they're going to get out. Alright, so let's go ahead and dig in here. Grab ourselves a bunch of grass blocks, because now I just dug up this hole, and now I have to fill it back in, kinda. I have to fill it back in with grass, and then I'll go ahead and do my usual terraforming and figure out what I can do to make this look better. It definitely needs to look a little bit more jungle-like, too, as far as, like, a lot of foliage. Maybe even add a little bit of water in this. I don't think... They're pretty tall birds. I don't see them drowning in 1 block of water, so maybe I'll just add a little bits of water here and there for them. But first I gotta fill in all of this stuff with grass. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, done! Just like that, bam, finished. All right, it's all filled in. So now I'm thinking I'm gonna continue the spruce going down. I could switch it up though to like stone stuff. I think actually, you know what, the stone stuff will probably look a lot better. Do I have any cobble in my backpack? Not a lot. Ooh boy, okay, all right, let me grab some of these things. I gotta eat myself out of here. There's the aquarium over there. Oh, which, by the way, somebody in the comment section asked me to finish the aquarium or do an episode on it. It's a very good suggestion. I've been horribly neglecting the aquarium. Excuse me. Sorry, Kamel, son of Krypton. Yeah, I've been horribly neglecting the aquarium. I really do need to get back at that, so I probably will have to do an episode here where I do solely just work on the aquarium and get that stuff finished. As far as the dome itself, that's definitely something I'm going to want to do off camera just because it's so time-consuming. Oh. Like, building the windows themselves, that took a while, but the dome and the pattern I have in mind for what I did on the Xbox back in the day, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some real time. All right, let me grab some cobble, and then I'll work my way back there real fast. I got some cobblestone. All right, now let's get back in here. Break my legs. All right, let's get in here, and let's start working on filling this in. Now, I could just spam it with cobble, actually, and then go through and redecorate it to be a little bit more appropriate. And that's something that I like to do a lot. Similar to what I do with the grass here, with the, you just see, like, just plain grass. And then I placed all of it, and then I'm going to go through and remove big portions of it and switch out with other blocks. I'm probably going to do the same thing with this cobble. I find it easier to pretend like it's a canvas and you're a painter kind of thing, where you start with a blank slate, just like this. And then you go through and you add your details later, rather than trying to do them at the same time. I don't know, that's just the way my brain works. Kind of weird, I know, but it just makes sense to me. And usually I like the result, so I'll just stick with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, so there, that's filled in. Let's go ahead and grab Bat Backpack. Where are you? Let's grab this, and let's keep the Bat Backpack down here. And let's grab these, and maybe some gravel. Okay, yeah, that should work. All right. So then to do this, I'm going to break this up a little bit, and I'm going to sprinkle in some other stuff like that. All right. So I got to do that periodically throughout this. I'm going to go ahead and punch in some random holes in this, and hopefully this will turn out right. It is very random. Like, if you wonder what I'm doing, it's nothing, no set pattern. I'm just kind of going for it. And then we're going to break this up by adding different block diversity to this. So this should create a more interesting looking wall rather than just cobble. Ta-da! Something like that. Thinking that works out pretty good. Yeah, that'll work for a wall to contain the cassowaries in here. Now, I can go ahead and put a lot of this back because I don't need a lot of this stuff. Let's go ahead and stuff some of this in this crafting table here just to make room. Pull out some grass blocks here because what I want to do is I want to build like a little bit of a mound similar to what I did in the platypi exhibit. I want to do that here as well. I want to go ahead and build like a little bit of an elevation in the center. Just something so that the cassowaries can walk on. Now, this does not have to be a very high hill. In fact, this might be it. It might just be one block elevation because I do want to add like water in on the sides and stuff. Not like the platypi exhibit where it was surrounded by water, but just little bits of water here and there. So I do need to fill this in and get this all built up. And then comes the decorating as far as like changing out the blocks to make the land look a certain way. And then I'm going to have to worry about foliage. And of course the cassowaries. While I'm working on this, get your thinker cap on, people, because you know if I name these things, they're going to be named Bill and Ted. Just let you know right now, they're going to be named Bill and Ted. So if you guys give me names, ooh, there's an eagle up there. If you guys give me names, then for these cassowaries, then I'll name them something else. But as of right now, Bill and Ted is all they're going to be named. All right, so now that I have the mound in there, what I have to do is go through and knock out spots where I want to put a couple blocks of water. Now, I do have this issue where I don't have unlimited water. Ooh, jump up here. So let me go grab another one, and what I'll do is I'll temporarily put an unlimited water source in here, and then I'll remove that when I'm done placing all the water in here. So I need to knock out just a couple blocks here. I don't want to go too crazy on this actually, because I don't want there to be water literally everywhere. Just occasional spot here or there. Nothing too fancy. And that way at least... Oh, I tried to pick it up with a shovel. I've played Minecraft before. That way there will be water in this exhibit for the cassowaries. And plus it will make it seem more like this is a little bit more of a humid rainforest, which is what I'm trying to go for here, if I can. So now comes the daunting task of replacing all these blocks to make it look, you know, a little bit more full of vegetation. I'm thinking green concrete powder, which I have to be careful around the water with. Maybe a splash of podzol. A little bit of dirt also mixed in with that, like coarse dirt and stuff. But the green concrete powder, I think, will be a big one. So let me go grab that and get that all ready, because I think I have some in my backpack. Yeah, I have 11 blocks. That's not a lot. I got to go make some more of that. Plus, I got to sleep. So let me go grab some resources, and then we're going to get to building in this land here. All right, I got the green concrete powder, and I realized at the beginning of this episode I said I was going to make this elevation change on this thing, and I totally didn't. I kind of forgot. So maybe I'll just leave it, and like this will be where you see the cassowaries is from here. But because I don't intend on actually making a pathway right here. That's kind of a narrow strip of land, and if I do, I'm going to have to build a... maybe I will. Might have to build up like some supports right here. That might work. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. That might be for another episode. When I finish the paths in this area, it'll probably be for another episode. In this episode, it'll be just for this cassowary stuff. Don't you think that's a good idea, floating koala? Alright, so now I gotta go ahead and put all this stuff in here. Now, the green concrete powder, I'm gonna have to be a little careful of with this water because it's gonna turn it into green concrete. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play really careful with this stuff and then put it right next to it. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put the other stuff in first because I'm gonna totally end up wrecking this when I try to replace like blocks right next to it like that. That would have turned it into green concrete for sure. So, bad backpack, where'd you run off to? Where are you? I need you in my life. This thing, I'm gonna grab the podzol out of here. And then I have some jungle leaf blocks I want to add into the ground as well. But then also some regular dirt as well in addition to that. So some of this stuff, let's go through and add the dirt first. I don't want to add too much of this stuff. I want to sprinkle it in kind of light actually. Because I don't want this to be an overpowering block in here. Because otherwise it's going to make everything look dead. But by adding coarse dirt into it, along with a little bit of the podzol, and then of course the greens that I put into it, I'm thinking that that'll make this place look more damp. Than it does dead. So, like I said, I'm gonna go light on this stuff if I can. Yeah, and then I'm gonna add in after that the green concrete powder. I'm thinking, or maybe the podzol. I'll add the green concrete powder in last, but I just want to make sure that I keep enough space around to actually do that, though. All right, I think that's all I want to do with the coarse dirt there. So now it's time to add in the podzol, which this one I want to also do sparingly. and throw that in occasionally here or there as well. Nothing too fancy on this either. Really don't want to overpower this block palette with too much podzol, because this is going to end up basically trying to stay green primarily, not brown. Brown implies that things have died, but if you add it in with the greens, I think that it kind of makes it look like it's just damp basically. And since these are supposed to be in a humid rainforest, I figured that it would make sense for me to make sure that the place looks like it's humid actually. Alright, that should be it. Really light touch on both those blocks. I don't really need to do too much. Now, the green concrete powder I'm going to go a little heavier on, just because I want to make this different type of green really stand out. You see how vibrant that is compared to the grass? But it's same texture. That's the reason why I really like using it. So I've got to make sure that I don't actually place it anywhere directly next to the water, though, because that would be bad. So I just want to go ahead and sprinkle this in occasionally. Now, this is going to take a little bit, so I'm going to make a little jump cut here and actually get this all put in. Here we go. Alright, the final thing to add in here before I start working on anything above the blocks would be just a couple of leaf blocks here. They're spread out throughout the ground. Let's go ahead and just sprinkle them in here. See how all these greens coming together with a slight accent of brown is really making this place look more like, well, hopefully like a humid jungle is what I'm going for. So just gotta sprinkle these in occasionally here or there. Nothing too fancy on these either. The only one that I overpowered this area with was the grass blocks and the green concrete powder. But everything else I don't need to really worry about so much. It's just a little accent here or there. Alright, so that takes care of all the blocks that I need to add into the ground. I think this works pretty well for the landscape itself. Now, the final thing to do is to once again add in a few path blocks here or there. Really break up the terrain a little bit using that, because it's going to look like it's a little bit matted down, and it's also going to really make this place kind of pop. I think the path block is a great addition to Minecraft, one of my favorite ones, and I use it a lot in most of the builds I do here. And just like that, we have our ground done. Alright, so sweet. That takes care of the bulk of the build right here. Now it's all about just the accents and the details. So I do want to get, other than, oh, do I have any oak leaves with me? Other than just squid backpack? I don't remember where I put the leaves. Are they in here? Maybe this one? Yeah, I got plenty of oak leaves. Okay. Other than just jungle leaves in here, I want to put in also some oak leaves as well. Now, I don't want to go too crazy. I think I can only put like one block. I don't really want to go too crazy at all on the outside of this thing here, because otherwise the cassowaries are probably going to be able to get out of here. If I build it 2 blocks high, they're going to be able to get out of here. The iron or the steel fence will keep them in place, I think. But still, it would look weird if I had one hanging out up there. I need them all to stay in here. So I'm going to basically be building the foliage in around here as much as I can. Is down here actually inside the pen itself. That way they don't actually run on out of here, you know. And I do want to add in a couple of little mixtures of leaves, but I primarily want to be using jungle leaves for this. Let's go ahead. I know I'm killing some of the path blocks, and that's fine. It's all right. I'll be able to get over it with a little therapy. I'll be fine. Maybe. Honestly, it does kind of bug me that I'm doing it, but my OCD is weird things like that. Not necessarily like symmetry, but just knowing that I made a path block and I destroyed it. It kind of bugs me. Alright, so I can build up just a little bit. Like, I can put some things here, because I can't get up a too high jump, I don't think. So I can do a little bit of stuff on the edge. I don't have to limit myself to purely doing things in the middle. But I do have to make sure that they kind of make a little bit of sense as I go through here. So you'll see me do that where they'll be next to another leaf block kind of thing. I don't want to go too much more than just a couple of... Oops, oh, I fell right in this hole here. Just a couple of little spots like this. Yeah, something like that. Maybe do a double one here, that's fine. Alright, so leaf blocks aside here, this is probably pretty good the way it is right now. Yep, okay, so, because I'm going to be putting more plants in here, but not necessarily leaf blocks. So, because I want to make some room for those still. So I still need a couple of them. Like, I wouldn't mind putting a tree in here of some kind. Like, I put a tree in that one, I can put a tree in this one. Now, the jungle trees are definitely way too big. Oh, I thought I could make that jump. Hold on, maybe I can. Got it. See, yeah, okay, I'm liking how this is looking. Let's go ahead and put all the leaves back, because I think I'm good with leaves right now. At least as many leaves as I can put back. Now we're gonna jump to the backpack and throw them in there, because I don't know how to keep my stuff organized. Alright, so now we gotta add the other vegetation, which I think is that in the iron golem backpack? Nope. What about the other random backpack I have? I have so many backpacks. This one right here, the regular traveler's backpack. There we go. There's some bushes and stuff like that. Alright, so these things look kind of jungle-like. Let's add a few of those things in there. What else can I throw in here that might look jungle? Oh, yeah, these things for sure. Jungle like something like these guys. I'm guessing we'll add a few in there as well. Maybe add a lily pad or two on top of the some of the water. And these kind of, what's this called? Jin's tongue? Okay, that's, I mean, could be a jungle thing. I'm not too sure. Eucalyptus. I'm guessing that probably is. That I could have thrown in the koala exhibit, but all right, let's go ahead and sprinkle in some of these plants in here as well to get them started right now. I still have to go through and add the tree itself though, so I don't want to go too nuts on all this stuff yet. Let's add that there. Put one of these guys up top someplace like right there. That's good. I like that. And then maybe one right over here as well. All right, now I gotta add in these bushes. Something like this around here. Are these berry bushes? Bush, biomes plant. These are going to grow berries on them. Okay, maybe I'm not going to go too nuts with these things. I was going to add a bunch of them, but maybe I'm not. Maybe I'll just add one or two here or there. Maybe three. Let's add one right here too. All right, that should be good. I believe the cassowaries are omnivores, so they could actually eat the berries. They could also eat small rodents that stumble in here, so, you know, depends on what they're feeling that day. Alright, so now I gotta go find a tree. Do I do a vanilla Minecraft jungle tree, or do I do custom tree? I might do a custom tree. Let's do a custom tree. Why not? I'm feeling frisky with this. Let's do a custom tree. Alright, where is... I need to organize my stuff better. Where are the trees? Is it in the backpack? Was I just blind? No, there's some wood in here, but that's not it. I have them stored someplace, I know, and now it's bugging me that I can't find it. Okay, I'm gonna need some of these leaves for sure. I don't want this to be a very large tree because I don't want it to consume the area, basically. But I do need to make it a tree that... Nah, it's not in there. Maybe I don't have it on me. That could actually be why I can't find the jungle wood right now. I probably don't have it on me. Let me go grab some of that. Alright, jungle wood acquired. It turns out I actually had some in my regular backpack that's on my back too, so I'm just kind of a big da-da-da there. Alright, let's go ahead and make this tree now. Once again, killing some of the path blocks. Go me. Let's make it right about here, maybe? Let's have it come out to the side just a wee bit. I'm just trying to get the shape down pat. Now, I don't need... Oh, that fell right off completely. I don't need this to be perfect right off the bat. I need to just kind of get a rough estimate as to what I'm trying to get accomplished here. And I don't need it to be a very large tree. This is going to be very similar to what's in the tiger exhibit over there, if you guys remember that episode. It's going to look probably a little something like that. Something along the lines of this, actually. How's that look? Not bad. It could help to have a little bit of a fork in it, though, so let's go ahead and get up here. Come on, get up there. And then we're going to fork it or branch it off. Not much, though. Right about here. And then let's, it's like a small fork really put into it. Not much, just like that. All right, I'm thinking that looks, is it nighttime already? Holy cow, time flies. That's not that bad. I think that'll work out just fine. Now I have to add foliage and leaves to this as well, but first I got a power nap in here because, man, time flies in here when you're building. Oh, and it's raining too. How nice is that? Getting my sleeping bag all wet. At least this will clear the rain, though. All right, I think. Will I clear the rain? Yeah, okay, rain's cleared up. All right, so let's get up here and start putting in the leaf blocks and see what I can come up with. All right, see, that doesn't look too bad. It's not great. I'm not gonna lie, it's not great. I always think that jungle trees should probably have like a little bit of drooping vines-ish looking appeal to them, actually. So I kind of want to sprinkle that in places. Not too heavy either. I just want this to be a little bit, because I don't want this to be like a vine tree. You know, I just kind of want to hang it down just a wee bit. All right, so that should be fine. Now let's take a look at this from the front here. It's not bad. I mean, it definitely could be better. In fact, I really do want to change up this the trunk a little bit more so it looks more like a tree, actually. Like that actually already added so much more to it than what it had going for it. Now, I do want to add in a couple of another little few details to this tree. I did add some spruce leaves inside deeper into the tree, so it gives it a more darker appearance, as if the foliage is blocking the light. You can kind of see them right in there. Small little detail. That's not too important though. But I do want to go ahead and I need a crafting bench that's not completely full. All right, let's go ahead and make a few planks of these things here, because I'm going to use them in places like right there and maybe down here. Just added a little extra detail to this place, to this tree at least. Better than it just being a regular, just the oak or regular jungle wood there. I think adding a couple planks in there really makes this place pop. Yeah, okay, that works out pretty good. Not much else I want to do to that. as far as the detailing on the tree. I think that works out pretty good. Now, the last thing I need to do is hide these things someplace. Oh, I had some. I didn't actually need to make them. Dang it. All right, I need to take some bone meal and build up a little bit more of the foliage in this area and get some taller grass in here, especially around the edges, and to make this place really seem like it's just packed full of life. Because that way the cassowaries have a little bit of vegetation to hide in too, as well as the terrain itself is something that they can kind of get lost into. So let's go ahead and build up all of this grass here. I was going to say that I'm going to remove any flowers that show up because I don't really need them, but I haven't had any up here yet. So that's kind of, oh, look at that. As soon as I speak, there one is. All right, let's go ahead and grab some more bone meal and build this up a little bit more like so. All right, so that should be pretty good for the grass in the area being overgrown. Now, the last thing I want to do is not the jungle leaves, because those are kind of a pain to collect. Not the spruce leaves for the same reason. Let me go grab some oak leaves. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to make a stack of these things. We're going to make some leaf piles, and we're going to sprinkle these in places throughout this, as well as put some pebbles down. I didn't put any rocks or anything like that on the ground because I don't see a jungle as being very rocky, at least unless you're near like a cliff edge area. So I didn't really go nuts with the rocks in this area as far as making like a stone pile or anything like that. I'm just going to leave that out completely. All right, so this is looking pretty good. I think I'm almost done here. Yeah, I'm thinking that's pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and stash these things, and let's get the bat backpack. Where are you? Let's get this thing out. And do I have any buttons in here? Do I have any buttons in the squid backpack? I gotta think about this. I do. I have 4. Okay, so it's kind of worth it. Let's go ahead and grab some more smooth stone, and we'll grab 4 more. We'll put 8 somewhere hidden throughout here. All right, starting with right here. Oh, all right, starting with right there. I didn't mean to place that there, but whatever, that works. Beauty of this is that it's not a science. You can kind of wing it, and if things don't work out exactly right, it's not that big of a deal. This is supposed to be very random. Landscape itself is supposed to be very random when you think about it. It's not. You're not supposed to have a set pattern when it comes to how the world generated specifically, unless you're a Minecraft programmer. All right, so I'm thinking that's about it for the exhibit here. Let me just eat myself out of here real quick. Hello, koalas, who are still in their pen, by the way. What do you guys think? That actually looks pretty good for a jungle-looking, like a wet jungle, like a humid jungle area. I don't know. I think it turned out all right. All right, so now the last thing I need to do is I need to take this flower and make a wish and throw it in this pond. I wish for the koalas to stay in that pen forever and ever. All right. Now I need to do is I need to actually connect these edges, because if I'm going to be putting a fence around this thing, I gotta have it not diagonals. So I need to dig up this area right here and put that down there. Where's my actual shovel? That might come in handy here. Yeah, click. All right, so what I got to do is I got to put the fence in now. So let me quick touch up these corners, and then we're gonna be putting the fence in. All right, squid backpack. Don't let me down. 22 steel bars. That's not great. I also moved the beacon in here, by the way. 22 steel bars is not great, so I need to find a backpack that isn't completely flooded with stuff, which good luck with that. There we go. There's one. All right, now I have some iron with me. Is this going to be enough to make a bunch of these iron bars? I actually forgot how to make... Oh, actually, I think it's like this. Yeah, okay, I did remember how to make these. All right, so hopefully this is enough iron bars to go around this thing, because... Let me go stand on this top of this thing. Because otherwise I'm going to have to run back and get some more iron. So let's go ahead and line this whole thing with the iron bars. And then, remember people, I need names for these cassowaries. I believe I have 2 of them. I'm going to check that before this episode ends. But I am going to need names for the cassowaries so I can put them in here. I also need to do the paths in between. Probably should work on that maybe in between episodes. Although I do want to work on this area in an episode because I still want to get that birds sign and stuff put up. I still think that would be a really cool addition. So it's definitely something I'm going to want to do. And have you guys there to see it with me. Alright, so now with these things... Oh, I might actually run out here. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, it's going to be... Oh, I have 2 left. Okay. Good. Wasn't even nervous. All right, let's go put those back. I'm gonna have to make more of those things. So there it is. There's the cassowary exhibit. Now, I just have to figure out how many of these things I actually have. Yeah, I need to go figure out how many I have. I've got two. Got two of these things. All right, so remember, cassowaries, they look like this. They're big. They're make some crazy, like, demonic noises that sound like firecrackers going off at the end. It's pretty bonkers. All right, I need two names for those things. In fact, you know what? I'll go one step further here because this time I can actually check because I have them right here. I can actually check. What are these things? So I have a male and a female. Okay, so I need a name for a male and a female cassowary. So if you guys could, down in the comment section, go and give me your best names you can think of for these giant birds. They don't fly. They mainly attack with their feet. They're gonna be named Bill and Ted. Even the chick, if you guys don't give me a name. So please, please, please give me a name for these things. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to wrap this episode up. So if you did enjoy it, please go down and smash that like button. It helps me out a ton. And thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode. I will be back in the, next week for another episode. So thanks again for watching, you guys. And bye-bye.